Done on the 20 car.
Greg Zipadelli, Berlin, Connecticut.
Tom Dean, Long Valley, New Jersey.
Ira Joe Hussey, Manchester, New Hampshire.
Jason Lee, Willimantic, Connecticut.
Jody Fortson, China Grove, North Carolina.
Todd Foster, Birmingham, Alabama.
Jeff Patterson, Escondido, California.
Brian Larson, Escanaba, Michigan.
You can't make the mistakes on pit road, and those guys don't. There you see the 7 stops today, 13.6.
Well, the 17 car, since he's got to go to the back, has just stopped and topped off. I wonder if that means anything about trying to go the rest of the way.
Well, BP, 74 to go. And I guess if they got the right cautions and all the planets lined up.
Yeah.
But those guys specialize in running out of fuel. You know.
That's true. Not sure they're the guys who do it.
Yeah. Alan?
I will clarify just a little bit. Robbie has already told Matt, this was kind of Matt's idea. Should we come down and top off the fuel? Robbie Reiser, the crew chief, told him, we can't make it to the finish anyway, but if this race goes green and those last pit stops are splash and dashes under green, they'll need to spend less time here than the other guys. Maybe they can pick up some spots. They'll take anything they can get right now.
No kidding. Gonna have to restart 30th. See how it all plays out. You think everybody's racing for second today? Wally?
I think everybody's racing for second tonight. This is there again. This is the time where Kasey Kahne does come on, the time of the race, but I just have not seen anybody that's got anything for that 20 car. Tony Stewart.
73 to go, and Stewart takes off. 2 tires stopped for Greg Biffle in that 16 car. That's how we got to the 3rd position.
Whoa, Kyle Busch with a strong move up in front of Harvick. Gets loose when he gets in front of him, but hangs on to it. Junior goes down underneath the 29 now, but got to get blocked in. Yep.
Dale Jarrett in the 88.
Junior sits in 7th.
Oh, he's got Riggs on his bumper, and then Truex Jr. And there's Boyer back there in that 07 car. Big bump down there in turn 1 of the tunnel. Update on Earnhardt, Marty.
I think, Bill, they're fully back. They're about 10 laps short from making it all the way on fuel. Junior said that that was much better on that run right there. They made no changes. He said, if you're going to make my car looser, I feel like it'll be too loose. Make it tighter, I feel like it'll be too tight. Let's leave it right where it is. This may be our last stop of the night, so don't make any changes to it. I like the car where it is. What a rally for this team. They were 34th at one point, Bill. Now they're 7th.
Has Earnhardt said how he's feeling lately, Marty?
He has not mentioned how he's feeling, Bill, but the crew, I'm glad you asked that, is a little worried that when he hit the wall, he might have knocked in the crush panels on the right side. Those crush panels keep out all the fumes from the race car, so they're a little concerned about that. Again, they handed him on about an 8-inch piece of tape about 6 toms early in the race, trying to settle down his stomach, but obviously he's had the flu all week and clearly doesn't feel very well, but he hasn't mentioned it lately.
He picks up a couple more positions. He'll be feeling a lot better. Runs in 7th. And the big thing is he's got 3 chasers directly in front of him. Johnson, Kyle Busch, and Kevin Harvick. Strong comeback. Tony Eury Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 8 bunch.
Earnhardt Jr. 67 back.
That's manageable. 2 to go after today in the chase for the Nextel Cup.
He gained 17 today. Look at this. It's Kasey Kahne's time to go, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, this is normally the time where Kasey Kahne starts shining, this time of the race. And I wasn't sure if Stewart was showing everything either, because nobody's actually pressured him the whole race. So we'll see if Kasey Kahne can get it done.
Other than restarts, this is the first time he's seen anybody in his rearview mirror all day. Marty?
And Bill, this is actually the worst part of the run for Kasey Kahne. Early in the run, his car is a little bit too tight, meaning he can't get the car to turn. But Kasey said, as he was kind of funny as he came in under the caution, said, I'm driving the fool out of this car, and I can't catch that 20. He said he's driving something a little different. He doesn't have to worry about how he points his car into the corners. I have to set myself up going into the corner to make sure my exit is okay. Matt?
Tony Stewart's car, Marty, has been nothing but incredible today. He told the team just how great that race car is. And Wally, you touched on it earlier. The guys in the chase have to be thankful that Stewart didn't make it in. If he had made it in by a wild card from the 11th position, like some of the ideas that people have thrown around to maybe tweak the chase, he would have entered Texas 13 markers out of the lead. More wins and more points scored than any chase drivers so far in these 8 races.
Yeah, but they've been able to use a different strategy because they weren't in the chase. Right now, he's just trying to focus on the race. Kasey Kahne on his bumper.
And probably the last guy he wants on his bumper, because the line that Stewart runs is the low line. And the guy that's really good at the high line is in his mirror. So there's not a whole lot Stewart can do if that high line starts working for Kasey Kahne, because Stewart doesn't want to run up there.
He does not want to run up there, so that means that Kasey Kahne can get some air on his car to get some downforce to get him through the turns. If he had to follow Tony Stewart, then he would start losing the front end off the corner. And that might be why Tony's coming up a little bit off turn 2, getting pulled up in front of the 9 car.
Yeah, give him a little of that dirty air getting off the corners.
Jimmy Johnson in the 48, Greg Biffle in the 16. Johnson currently owns the championship lead. That's Hendrick against Roush right there. That's for the 3rd position. Update on Biffle from Dave.
Yeah, Roush didn't start out very good today. Greg Biffle started this race 39th, and his crew chief Doug Richard told me that they weren't that great. They needed to try something late here. I just checked with him. He said, yeah, how well the 5 car did with 2 tires did influence us. We feel like this is what we need to the end of the race. Track position, everything now for the 16. The question is, can he outrace these guys at the end?
We'll see. Roush Racing has won 5 of the 11 races here at Texas. Johnson gets the position. Harvick closes in behind him. Kane working the high groove in 2nd behind race leader Tony Stewart. There's Johnson in 3rd. Biffle in 4th. Harvick coming. Oh! Just like out of turn 4. Turn 2, that wall just jumps out to meet you, doesn't it?
Yes. Now, Biffle took 2 tires, right?
Yes. Harvick trying to get the position and does.
And I think Biffle in the 16 car is running about like Kyle Busch did in the 5 car when he had his 2 tires
right.
stopped.
So he's hoping strategy works for him as well. Matt.
Bill taking a page out of Jimmy Johnson's notebook. Kevin Harvick knows that you can still have a big swing as far as the way the championship standings look, with just a little bit of misfortune for others and some good luck for you. When the lights went on here at Texas and the sun went down, Harvick's car has really come to life. They've made some significant adjustments throughout the day. The last stop, though, just a small wedge and track bar adjustment. He's changed his lineup a little bit, and it has really seemed to help this race car.
And talking about Jimmy Johnson, the 3rd place running car, just been told by his crew chief Chad Canals that Kevin Harvick is running faster lap times than him. Harvick in the 29, so Johnson looking at him in the rearview mirror. Chad told me this morning that, you know, you talk about Tony Stewart, who's been good in the chase, but except for a couple of things that really were out of their control, getting crashed at New Hampshire and getting crashed on the last lap racing for the win at Talladega, Chad said we would be the championship leader right now. Performance has not been our problem. Luck has been. They've had good luck these last few weeks, and they finished no worse than 2nd.
Yeah, the Jimmy Johnson that's going to challenge for the championship is the one we've seen the last 3 weeks. When everything comes together, they get the strong finish, the win at Martinsville. And while they did run well in some of those earlier races, they didn't have the luck or the situations to help them get to the front. Earnhardt Jr. and Scott Riggs. Jr. in 7. Trying to close in on that 5 car. That's the 6th position. Then Biffle on 2 tires would be next. Boy, if Earnhardt Jr. gets a top 5 out of this one.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, those guys slammed the wall pretty hard getting off of 4.
And he didn't. And he has been sick. He's been sick all weekend. Wasn't feeling well. Told his crew earlier. Wasn't feeling well on the seat. He started in 34th on lap 170. Hit it 6 times to work on the car. Now he's 7th, just 8 seconds behind the leader.
I don't know if he's going to be able to keep Riggs behind him.
I don't think he is. His car runs really well after they change tires for about 10-15 laps. And then these cars like Riggs and Truex become faster than his.
Side by side, Riggs trying to take the position, has it for now. Truex right behind Earnhardt. The 10 moves in front of the 8. Allen.
And Bill, this team took some criticism earlier this year when they were in position with a chance to win a race and had a bad last pit stop. Everybody said they choked under the pressure. Well, this team is thriving on the chance to get this car in position and have that last pressure pit stop again. They've made changes to the pit crew since earlier in the season. They feel like they're competitive with the best out there. They may get their chance under pressure here in these last 56 laps. Marty?
Alan Earnhardt Jr. has talked a lot this year about how he has matured as a driver and as a team leader. Today, Tony Eury Jr. led this team. After they wrecked, everybody was very calm. He calmly got the car fixed. Bill, as you said, 6 pit stops, and then Jr. came on the radio later and said the car's driving like it's wrecked. Stops after that to make the car even better, and here they are back in the top 10. Jr. says the car is a little slick on the right rear now, which that means his car is a little bit loose, but he's trying to keep it on that bottom line and trying to get around that 10